Hi all. In this session, we are going to see what are the control statements in Java. Why do we need to use? So before understanding this, as we are aware of that, how logic will written in the Java, right? Suppose we'll write the class. Inside the class, we'll write main method. So here we can write logic, right? This is an entire logic or program we can say. So in the logic statements we can write. So Java will execute line by line from your program, right? So first of all, why are we using these control statements? So control statements are nothing but you are telling to the program or control has to go to which place. Suppose now the control here, actually the statement is executing, let us assume. So based on the condition, whether the control goes to next step or control jump into the another this line like this. So we are instructing which control, like where it control has to go and which statement execute based on the conditions. So let's see what are the control statements in Java. How many do we have, and which situation we can use which one? We will see now. So as I said, these are the control statements in Java. So mainly we have three types of control statements. One is decision making statements, loop statements, and jump statements. So under decision making statements, we have if statements and switch statement. So first we'll try to understand decision making statements. So first of all, why are we using decision making statements? We are deciding which statement to execute and when. That is nothing but the control of the program we are diverting depending upon the specific condition. So the outcome of this decision making system, it returns true or false. We'll see that, like how decision making system works. Okay, so now we'll see the if statement first. So under decision making system we have two, right? If statements and switch statement. First we'll see if statements. In the if statements we have again simple if statement, we have if else statement, if else if ladder, nested if statement. Now let's see one by one. So first, before executing this, we'll try to understand here the syntax of the if statement. So decision making statements, I'm saying under this we have if statement and switch statement, right? In the if statement, we have again if statement, if else, one by one we'll see. First, simple if we'll see. Now we are going to see the if statements. So first statement is simple if statement. Simple if statement, the syntax is if. Here actually condition we can write it. This is a syntax of simple if. If condition is true, then block of the statements code, or we can say code, will be executed. This is a syntax of if simple. Okay, simple if we can say. So if condition is true, all these statements will be executed in your program. Let's say, for example, I'll take one example here. So if I take two variables, int x equal to 5, and one more variable, I'll take it some 3. Okay. So now I'm writing one if statement here. Okay. If statement, if condition, what is a condition? Based on your logic. Suppose if I say any condition, you can take any condition up to your wish, like suppose x, then y. So this is a condition. I'm comparing whether x is greater than y or not. If it is x is greater than y, then block of statement will be executed. So let's say simply I can print this x is a greater number. Okay, this way. So simply we have taken two variables. So condition we are checking. If condition is true, then whatever. Not only one statement, it can have multiple statements inside this if statement. Okay. So let's try to execute the same one by using program so that it will be hands-on. So quickly I'll go to, without wasting time, simply I have just written already. So because we had to see a lot of statements here. So now see, this is a if statement. What I have taken, just int x equal to 1, y equal to 3. So let me take 4 now. So x is a 4, 3 is a y, right? So let's remove else statement for time being. This is a simple if, as I said. So if x is greater than y, that means what is this? 4. Okay, let me type here. Whatever I mean we are seeing here, simply we will see the logic here, what is happening and all, so that it will be answer. So see, what is a condition here? What is the x value? 4 greater than 3. Now this 4 is greater than 3, right? That is the reason condition is true. Then where control will go? Control will go to this statements inside this if loop, if statement, and all these statements will be executed. Now what it will print? Whatever I have written, just I'm printing some value here, x is greater than. So it should print like this. Let me try to run this program. So we'll see. Now see, x is a greater than y. Why? Because 4 greater than 3. This is a true. Suppose, let's make it false. X is greater than. Now see, y is a greater value, right? Not x. In this case, what will happen? In this case, nothing will be printed. Why? Because this is false actually. The statement is false. This condition is false. That is the reason control not going to inside this if condition. So in this case, if it is false, you have to do some action item. Then if else come into the picture. Else if we can say, see, simple if is a which we have seen just now. If else means just use else. Okay, let me go to here in the syntax level. So we understood if condition how it works. Simply if it is true, this condition is true, this block of statements will be executed. What in case if it is failed, this condition is failed, simply we'll write one else statement. Okay, these are the statement will be, if it is a true, this statement should be executed. If it is a false, this statement should be executed. So this is a if else. So let me try to write quickly. See, if it is a false, what should be printed? Like, simply just in this case, y is a greater than x, right? Just let me write it here. So now y value is greater than x. Now let me run it, so that you'll get to know control where it is going and how it is executing the logic. See now, y is greater than x. Suppose if it is a x is greater than, then control goes to this if this statement. If it is a false, control goes to here. Let's quickly run this. Now see, x is greater than y. Now we understood not only one statement here. You may write a number of statements. Like if it is a condition is true, you can write all this logic, whatever there in if a condition true, this statement said all statements will be executed. Quickly check this. See, control goes to here again, line by line, all the instructions, all the statements will be executed. And similarly, else also number of statements it may contain. Okay, uh, this we have understood if else. Okay, simple if we have seen, and if else how it works we have seen. Now, and one more here actually, if we have single statement in the if statement, suppose I no need to use this statements. See here how I am just deleting this brackets, so you can just observe that. See, see, this is also works. Why? Because okay, let me run it and I'll show you. See, x greater than value y. See, this is also working. Suppose if you have single statement, if you want to write inside this, it will work. Okay, suppose I want to run more or more statements if I have, it won't work. Suppose let me write one more statement here. See, it won't work. If you have single statement, you no need to use the parentheses, like I mean brackets we use, right? These parentheses. And also if you can use, you can use it. If it is single statement, it's up to you. Whether you can, if you want to use it, you can use it, or else if you want, you can remove it. So this is about the if and if else. Next we'll see what are the next statement. If else, if ladder statement. So we'll see what is a if else if ladder. So before seeing this, let's try to see the syntax, how it works, so that we'll get to know. So what we have seen is, suppose if condition, we know that if condition is true, then control goes to this inside this if statement, and control will execute all the statements, right? Okay, let me write it. So that's just simply, I'll just, this is a statement one. Okay, statement will be executed if it is a true. What in case if it is not true? So simply I will use else if this condition is true, control will go to here and execute all these statements. If condition is false, if condition is false, control jump into this else if. Again, else if condition you can write it. And if this condition is true, then control will go to this inside this else if block we can say. Or else again, multiple else ifs you can write it. Like else if this condition is true, then control will go to this one. End of the else ifs, like else you can write it. If all these conditions are false, suppose this is also false, this is also false, this is also false, then control will go to last else block, and whatever you have written in the else block statements, those things will be executed. So simply we'll write it one simple program so that it'll get to. So if else if ladder we are writing. Suppose let me take one variable here. Okay, x equal to 20, two variable. Okay, or else one variable only you can take it. Okay, simply I have one int I equal to 10 here. So we'll try to create one small program. If I equal to 10, what will happen? Control will go to here. Just I'll print something. I value is 10. Fine. If suppose else if I'll write it like this. Else if I equal to 20. Control will go to if this condition is true, control will go to here and print 20. Else if, one more else if I am just writing. Else if condition you can write it. I equal to 30. If it is I equal to 30, control will go to here and 30 will be printed. Else, all the statements, I mean, if it is not 10, if it is not 20, if it is not 30, let us assume I have given 40, but 40 condition is not there here, right? This is a 20 condition, this is a 30 condition, fine. If I give I value as 40, this is false, this statement, this condition is false, this condition is false. Now control goes to last else statement. If it is not, I mean, all the conditions are false, then control will go to here. Simply I value is, you can write anything like I value is not present, like that, not present in the list, something you can print it. So here we have to understand how it is working. What I am returning, it's okay. Just whether is it I'm taking integers, strings, and blah blah things, least bothering about. What we have to understand here is, suppose if like I mean condition, if condition is false, control where it is going. If it is control, if condition is false, control where it is going and which statements it is executing. So that kind of understanding is required here. Let's try to understand or execute this program quickly, if else if ladder, so that we'll see the clear, I will get some idea here. So simply what I have written is, suppose let me just, yeah. So what I have taken here, int, right? Okay, let me go back here. What's happening? Okay. And the statements, let me try to read. Okay, int I. Okay, now see, simply I have taken int I equal to 10 here. So what I am returning here, if I equal to 10, where control is going, it will go and it will print the I is 10. If I equal to 15, it will print 15. If I equal to 20, 20 will print. If all these conditions are false, false is nothing but, suppose out of this 10, 15, 20, I'll give 50. In this case, all these conditions are false. Last whatever else statement I have written, that it will print. Okay, now let's see the normal thing. Suppose I equal to 20. So control where it will go. If it take I equal to 20, this has to print. Let's execute and quickly we'll see what it will print. Okay, errors are there in the project. What happens? 1 second, where is the error? So some errors are there. Let's try to resolve it. Okay, additional SSK, that is the reason it is error it is showing. That's fine. Now try to go to that program and we'll see what happened. It got stuck. Give me 1 minute. Now go to our program. Now see. So what I am doing here, I equal to 10. Okay, I equal to make it 20. So what will happen? If it is I equal to 20, okay, two statements I have written. Okay, let me try to give 30. Now see, I equal to 20. What will happen? If it is I equal to 20, 20 has to print. Let me change to 20. So let's see. Okay, see, I is 20 and I is not present because else statement where it is going. Okay, so by default it is going. Let me just take it this out. So I understood now. The problem is additional braces. That is the reason it is coming. Fine. Now try to give one more braces here. It should work now. So this is just syntax. That is fine. So now try to execute the same program. See, I is 20. Where control is going? If I equal to 20, this statement is executing. Okay, if suppose if I equal to 30, make it 30, what will happen? The condition, this is true, right? First control will go to here. I equal to 20. Okay, let me give to 30. 30. So control will go to here. Okay. What is happening here? Control Z. Fine. If I equal to 30, what will happen? First, where control will go here? Okay, 30 here. Yeah. So if I equal to 30, first control will go to here. What will happen? It will check the condition. I equal to 20. So this is false. Again, the control won't go to this black. Coming to here. Then again it will check. I equal to 15. Again, this is a false. Then control won't go to these statements and execute those statements. Again, control will come to here. I equal to 30. Yes, I equal to 30. It's a true. It is matching. That is the reason control will go to this block and execute all the statements whatever they are under this block. So what is the statements here? I equal to 30. Now let's try to execute this program. So it should print I equal to 30. Similarly, it's up to your wish. Like else if it is required, you can use it. Suppose if I want else, so what we can do is else statement, you can write it. So when else statement will execute, now see I equal to 30, let it be. First try to execute it. I equal 30 only because it is matching. One condition is matching, so control is going to inside that block. Suppose none of these conditions, this is a one condition, this is a one condition, and this is a one condition. If any all the conditions are false, then control comes to here. Last whatever statements it executes, all statements will be executed. Suppose if I take 50, 50, all statements will be false, right? Now try to execute this program. What will happen? I is not present. That means this condition is false, this condition is false, this condition is false. Then finally control comes to here and it will print I is not present. So this is what if else if ladder. So I hope you can understand this. Next, one more if statement we have, right? What and all we have seen, just quickly revise. Simple if condition we know, if else we know, if else if ladder statement just now we have seen, and nested if. What is a nested if? We'll try to understand nested if here. Okay. So quickly go to one page. We'll try to see what is a nested if. What and all statements we have seen just, till now in the if we are aware of that. How many statements we have? If we have, else we have seen, else if we have seen, right? These are the statements we have seen till now. So all these statements, it can be nested. Nested in the sense inside this if it may if inside this if it may contain else if it may contain else. Okay, let me try to give you. Suppose what we have seen sometime before. I'll write one if condition here. Okay, just now we have seen, right, if else condition sometime before. So what will happen if condition is true? Control goes to this block and all these blocks will be executed, right? So okay, fine. If else, like if else, I'll take it. So what will happen if this condition is true? All this block it will be executed, right? If condition is false, control goes to here. All the things in the else statements it will be executed. Else block statements. Now, see, this is clear. So what is a nested? Nested means inside this if it may contain else if, or it may contain else, or again if. That means suppose here if condition, one if condition already there, inside this block only it may contain multiple if statements. That is nothing but suppose again if condition it may contain. So first condition is, suppose let us consider this is a first condition. This condition is true. Then control will go to here. Again I am writing control condition 2. This condition also true. It will execute this block of statements. Else if this condition 2 is false, then control goes to here and it will be executed. And finally if it is I mean if you want you can write else statements also here like this. And also inside the else statement it may contain again if statement. Suppose if condition you can write it, and if it is a if condition is true it will be executed. Else if you can write it, and similarly else statement we can write it like this. What I mean to say is that nested means loops contains loops inside the loop. So if condition, within the if condition, it may contain again if condition, it may contain else if condition, it may contain else. Similarly, inside this else, it may contain else if, else. So we'll see the program so that we'll get to know how it works exactly. Instead of telling, we'll see the direct program so that we'll get some idea. See now. So let me go to see this simple program I have taken to understand more. So what I'm going to do here. So nested if I'm saying, right? Here if you observe the syntax, as I said, see this is a one if condition. Okay. Inside this if condition, it may contain if, else if, and else. These are we are calling as a nested. If condition inside it contains nested ifs. That means multiple times. See if you see inside this if condition, see this is a one block, right? Till from here to here, one block actually. Inside this if block only, multiple statements it may return, like if, else. And similarly, else statement, it may contain, it can be nested. Suppose if statement again it is there, else if we have seen, like this. Okay, now let's try to check this program. Yeah, now fine. So here what I'm going to do here. So int x and y, two variables I have taken. What is the int x value? 5, y value 3. So what condition first I control goes to here first. What is the condition here? What is the x value here? 5, right? So x value is 5. So 5 less than 10. Is it true or false? Okay, let me go down here. So I'll write it the statement so that it will be clear. What is the first condition I'm checking? X value. X value is 5 and less than 10. Is that true or false? So the statement is true. So if it is a true, first condition is true, control goes to here. Again, check this condition. If y exclamatory not equal to 3. So simply not equal to 3 we can say. So what is the condition? Y. What is the y value? 3. 3 not equal to not equal to 3, right? Okay, not equal to 3. That means it should not be the 3. But is it true or false? Let's see quickly. We'll execute and you'll get to know. See, it's a false, correct? Then it is not printing A. Again, control will go to here. What is the value here? What is the value? Y. What is the y value? 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. The condition is true. That is the reason B is printing. See, the value is B, it is printing. Okay. And similarly, so I mean, it is B is printing and control coming because this is executed, right? I mean, this condition is true. That is the reason it is going here. Suppose So let's try to, I mean, by using this program, you can pass that and you can play with this program so that all the statements, how control is going, you'll get more understand. So due to the time limit, just a few things only I'm considering here. First statement, if it condition is true, control is going to here. This condition is false. That is the reason again control goes to here. If it is a true, then this is a printing. And similarly, okay, now try to execute this else. How I can make it this one? So I should uh, make this as a false, right? So then increase the x equal to some 12. What will happen in this case? Okay, let me go to quickly here. So what I'm going to, what is our statement now here? So first it will check x value is 12, 12 less than 10. Is the true or false? It's a false statement. So control won't go to this if block now. Again, where it will go control? Else statement, right? Okay. Y equal to not equal to 3. Okay, I have written instead of this. Let's see. I mean, else statement, what will happen? See. So ideally, control will go to else statement because let's see. See, control is printing E. Why it is E printing? First, it is checking the statement. So control go to here. 12 less than 10. It is a false. If it is a true, sometime before control go to here and again it will checking number of, I mean, other conditions. In this case, what is happening? Control itself, I mean, condition itself false. So directly control will go to else block. So again, in the else block, what it is checking? Y. What is the Y value? 3. 3 less than or equal to 3. I mean, not equal to, sorry, 3 not equal to 3. Is this the case? If it is not equal to 3, what is happening here? E is printing, right? If y not equal to 3. Yeah, see. If it is equal to 3, that is the reason it is also false. If statement false, that is the reason control is going. So again, suppose first make it this one is if it is or else not equal to or else change this value. Change this value. Now see what will happen. Control goes to else statement. It will be executed D. Let's see. See, D is printing now. Why? Because first it will check 12 less than 10. It is false. Then control goes to here. What will happen? Y not equal to 3. Yes, condition is true because 5 not equal to 3. Correct. So control is going and printing D. This how it will be nested. So you can just pass that accordingly. I mean, try to execute this block, and this block. So as I said, if you want to use a single statement, you can use like this, or else if you want use this braces, up to your wish. If you want, you can use it. Yeah, I'm just using single statement. That is the reason I am not using these braces. Okay, this is how a nested if statement works. So it can be nested. If statements can be nested. Okay, this is fine. So we have seen till now all the if statements. So under the decision making statements, we have seen if statements. Now, next we'll see the switch statement. Before moving to the switch statement, we'll try to understand, or actually it is similar to if else if statements. Let's see, I'll take one simple example before seeing to switch statement so that we'll understand more switch statement. Now, okay, let me try to write it here so that it will be easy. So let me go to any one board here. Okay. So I want to first, okay, I'll write before switch how it works into the if else if statement. I want to print the days actually. Suppose I have one variable called, let us assume I have called one variable, n variable. Okay. If n equal to 1, okay, I have to print some, if n equal to 1, system dot out dot println, Monday I want to print it. Okay. If else if, okay, this statement is if n equal to 2, then I want to print Tuesday. If else if it is n equal to 3, like that, Wednesday I want to print it. Okay, system dot out dot println. Okay, like this I want to print it all the days. So how we can print? There are two multiple ways to print it. First, I am considering if else statement. Okay, using if else statement. Okay, for time being, leave it this switch statement, we'll understand after some time. Now we are seeing if else if statements only to print the days actually. How you can see this, print this? Okay, let us just execute this. What will happen is it just I'm just okay, fine. Now see, int equal to, if it is a 1, then I'm printing Monday. If it is a 2, I'm printing Tuesday. Like this, if it is a 7, I'm printing Sunday. So this is a simple, I mean, already we know that else if statement. So by using this else if statement, we can handle it. So quickly run it and we'll see this. I think, okay, let me try to go ahead and so what will happen? See, Sunday it is printing. So because if n equal to 7, control goes to first here, it is checking condition is false, this condition is false, this condition is false, like that all it will come. So n equal to 7, yes, this condition is true. Then whatever statements returning here, it will print. This is clear. Now, so the same thing by using switch statement, we can write it. So switch statement, the conditions we are writing in the cases wise. That is the reason switch statement we can call as a switch case statement. We'll see that. I mean, how we can write it so that we'll get to know. So quickly, I'll try to see the syntax first. So if you see the syntax of this switch statement or switch case statement, we can call switch is a keyword. Switch, we can write the switch, and expression we can write it. So this expression we can write it, and after that case one, case actually one case one, case two, like that. Suppose case keyword and value one. If it is this case is matching, then statement will be executed. Like suppose statement one statement I have, multiple statements it may have, statement two, statement three, like that. Suppose another case you can write it, value two. If it is case is condition is matching, then this statement will be executed. Like this, if case like value n number of matching statements, we can write it. If value n, let us statement, whatever the statements you want to execute, all the statements we will be written here. And finally, we have one default. So none of the condition is matching. Like else statement we have seen, right? Else if conditions all are false, then last else statement will be executed. Similarly, if all these cases are false, all these conditions are false, then finally whatever you have written in the default, those statements will be executed. So default statement, what and all you want to write in the default, that statements will, you can write it so that all this program will be executed if all these cases are not matching. And also here actually one break statement we will be used, that while executing I'll tell you actually what happens is, in the case after statement you have to use the break statement. So all for all the things actually after this statement, break statement, we'll see why are we using break statements here. So the same thing which I have written, which we have executed in the if else, we'll try to convert this program, or else instead of this, I'll just write it so that it is very clear. Instead of seeing existing one, quickly I'll change this so that you'll get to know more idea. So what I'm doing, going to do here, switch statement I am returning, right? So simply if n equal to 1, so this condition let it be. So let us assume switch. Okay, what's the expression here? And value expression. So let me quickly do this so that simply case you can write it. I'm just trying to change the existing program. That's it. Case. If it is a case, case, what is a case? We can write it. Case one. So what I have to print it? Just or else. Let's take this program. Control X. See, like this. If it is a case one, you can print it like this. And similarly, you can change just else if conditions. We are changing these cases here. We are writing number of cases. So quickly, I'll change it. Okay, how many we need? Just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is fine. So all these cases. So case statement. If it is a one, it will print. If it is a two, Tuesday will print. If it is a three, Wednesday. Four, Thursday. Like this. You can change the cases. If it is a n value is 5, it will go and execute that program. If it is n value 6, Saturday. If it is a case value is 7, then go to Sunday. So maybe spelling mistake, that's okay. Spell some mistake, that's fine. Now see, so what I'm going to do here is, this is a switch statement. I'm writing an expression called whatever you have written. Suppose int n equal to, let's say 7. Okay, let me go to the else if statements because already n have declared here. That is the reason it is showing some error. Just quickly go and I'll go and disable that code. So now come here. So just I'm taking one n equal to 7. Okay. So switch statement I have written here. I don't want to do all these things if else again. So simply I'm just remove. So now see what will happen. Switch. If case one, if it's case one, it will print here. If it is a case two, it will print like this. So let me try to quickly run the program. See, if it is n equal to 7, what will happen? It is printing Sunday. So this is very clear. Like, I mean, instead of if else if, this is simple to write, that simple to use. If it is a case matching this condition, simply it will go and execute that statements, whatever they are under that case. If it is a true, that block it will be executed. Okay, up to this it's clear. Now let me go to check. Suppose 7 is Sunday, right? Let me go to 5. What will it print? So 5 means if it is case 5, Friday should print it, right? So now try to execute this program. What will happen? See, actually as expected, Friday should be printed, but Saturday, Sunday also printing. How come? Because of actually we are not using break statement here. So just for clarity, I'll just write it here so that it will be easy to understand for you. So I'm just writing into the next line. That's it. Here. Nothing I'm returning and nothing is new here. Just if it is a 5, this statement Friday is executing. But after Friday, if the case is matching, that means condition is true, then control is going here. But again, control not stopping here. Coming, it is not coming out of this switch statement. Again, it will go to next case and it is printing all the statements. It should not be the case. That is the reason if condition is match, you can just use the break statement. So that what will happen is control go to the next level, only that only it will be printed. Similarly for all the, if any condition is matching, no need to go to the next step and or next level, next one, and execute it, and no need to check also, right? If condition is matching, simply it will go and execute it and come out of that switch. Like that it should be the case, right? So that is the reason it will use break statement. So if condition is matching, it won't go to the next step. It will simply stop that, come out of that switch statement. Let's see quickly. I have used all the break statements here. So let's see what will happen now. Now just same thing, you can try to run it. See, only Friday is coming because this condition is matching, case is matching. So simply Friday is printing and coming out of that loop. Okay, break statement we have observed. One more default statement. What is the default statement here? Suppose out of these conditions, it's okay. Like, I mean, within this condition, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is clear. What in case out of this, suppose condition 8, let us consider 8. 8 is not there, right? All these conditions will be false. Then what it will print? Okay, how it will consider? Let's see. If you see this program, nothing. There are no statements to print if condition is false. In this case, if all these things are failing, so simply you can write one default. One default. Under this default, sorry, spell me default. Okay, now default. So you can write a number of statements here. Any statement, suppose just please enter valid value. Suppose something, whatever it is. So let's try to print this. See, please enter valid value because all these eighth I have given n is equal to eighth, right? That is the reason it is coming and default and executing this default statements what are present in the default section. I hope this can understand that switch statement. So, okay. However, and one more thing, this is a old way of writing. What will happen before Java 12th actually version? Before Java 12 version, this is the case. Everywhere you had to use the break statement. But if you observe, it is unnecessarily we are returning all the break statements, right? For all the break statements returning in the all the sections or all the cases areas. So instead of this, in Java, from Java 12th onwards, we have one facility. You no need to use the break statement. So if you are using Java 12 or higher versions of Java 12, then you no need to use this break statement. Instead of this, what we can write it here is no need to use the break. How you can deal is instead of this colon symbol, just use this symbol. Okay, arrow symbol. Okay, now let's me take this it out so that it will be clear to understand. See, like this. So you don't need to use break. I don't want to write all the statements. I hope you can understand this. Just a few statements. I will see. I will return. That's all. So how many we have? Case 2 is fine. Similarly, case 3, case 4, case 5, case 6, case 7. Fine. We have written all cases we have written, right? What is happened here? Why this is okay. Case 3 already written. That is the reason. However, I am just deleting this. It's not required. So default also. Let's see. Later we'll see. Now what is happening? Sorry, we have to close this, right? Now see. So instead of using that colon, simply I am returning like this. So let's see now. Okay, let's see the 7 or in between 6 we can say. So statement, what statement it should execute? Oh sorry, this one I have not changed. That is the reason. So okay, this let's try to understand Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, whatever it is, that's fine. Saturday. Now, what is the sixth? Sorry, sixth I have not given. That is the reason it is not printing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I have missed it. However, that's fine. Or else make it that one also so that it will be clear. 4, 5, 6, 7. So which I have missed? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I missed it, right? Friday, let it be. Friday, Saturday. Now I have given 6. What it will print? Case 6 is true. That is the reason Saturday should be printed. Now let's try to run the program and we'll see. See Saturday. And also moreover, have you observed? So after the condition is matching, it is not control is not going to Sunday, even though I have not written break statement. So this is the advantage. This is we are calling as a enhanced switch statement. So enhanced switch statement introduced in the Java 12th version. Okay, after whoever using more than Java 12th version JDK software, we can say we can use this enhanced switch loop also. But remember one thing, either you can use old thing also, it will work in the higher version. Only thing is, remember if you use this statement, old one, you should not use both at a time. Suppose if you want to use old one, use it, or else new one, use it. So see, if you see case one, I have used old one, old way of fashion, see, colon. And second case, I am mentioning this one. It should not work. Either you can use all the colon statements or this symbol. Okay, arrow symbol. So you can use either one of that, it will work. Either enhanced or old way of switch statement. So this is about the switch statement. I hope you understand the switch statement. Now let me go to the next topic. So we have seen decision making statements, right? All the if statements we have seen and switch statements we have seen. Now coming to the loop statement. So let's see loop statement. When are we using loop statement? So loop statements actually if you want to execute the block of code repeatedly while some condition evaluates true. That is nothing but, okay, let me try to, let's see here so that we'll understand. So I have a block of statements. Okay, suppose I have written one statements. Okay, statement one, statement two, statement three. Okay, 3 lines of code I have. So somehow, I mean, I have to execute this block of statements repeatedly. That nothing but, okay, statement one, done, two, three, done. Again, I'll go and I'll run this. So repeatedly, if I want to execute these statements or block of code, we can say, then we can use the for loop. Okay, so we have actually, okay, for loop we'll say. So in the for loop, we have different types of for loops. Again, a simple for loop we have, and we have for each or enhanced we can say enhanced for loop we have, and we can say nested. And similarly, how we have seen if else and if nested if, right? Similarly, nested for loops also we have inside that for one more for loop it may have. And also we have labeled. We can use the label for the for loop that we are calling as a labeled for loops. So these are the different types of for loops. We'll see one by one. So let's try to understand first for loop. Okay, first simple for loop we can see. So simple for loop syntax we can see so that we'll execute one program. So syntax is for loop. So first we have to initialize the variable first. After initialize the variable, you have to write the condition, and you can increment or decrement the value of this variable, so that the block of statements it will be executed. This is a syntax of simple for loop. So what we are doing here is, okay, simply I'll just take one example. Okay, for I, okay, initialization. Either suppose let us consider, suppose I have int x equal to, oh, okay, int I equal to I. Okay, already I have I. Then you can use it I. If you don't have I, here only directly also you can initialize. Suppose if it is available, just I, you can use it like that. If it is not there in your program, just simply int I. Like this, you can initialize this variable int I. And condition. What is a condition? Suppose I less than or equal to 5. This is my condition. Then increment this value. So first value is I is 1. Okay, I equal to 0, suppose. Okay, like this. Initialize the value and slightly increase or decrease. It's up to your wish. We'll see that. I mean, increased incremental operator, how it will work, and decremental operator, how it will work. We'll see how to increase and decrease the values. So based on this condition, it will go and it will execute the block of statements in the for loop. Okay, what is this for loop we have written? All the statements will be executed based on this condition. So let's see. Uh, okay, here only I'll just try to write simple program, or else directly already have written instead of writing, spending time here. So just I'll take any. Okay. Oh, this is just a few examples I have written some time before. That's fine. Already we have seen the switch statement. That's fine. Okay, simple for loop, I'll take it. Okay, so I'm just trying to, can we try? Okay, first let me execute it. We'll see that, uh, I mean, understanding while explaining. Okay, so this is a simple for loop, right? For initialization, what is the initialization? Int I. I'm just initializing one I, the current value. First, initially, I value is 1. Okay, then I less than or equal to 5. Then I plus plus. Okay, what will happen in this case? Or else, first we'll see that so that you will get me understanding. So for what I am returning, int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, then I plus plus, right? Then I'm just printing this I value. This is clear. Now, what will happen is, first control goes to here. What is I value? First I value is 1. Fine. Then it will check the condition. What is the condition? I less than 5. 1 less than 5. This is a true, right? 5 is greater than 1. That is the reason this condition is true. Then control goes to this block of statements, and whatever return you have inside this for loop, all the statements will be executed. And then after this executing, one time it will execute all the statements. Again, control goes to here. Increment the I value. What is the I value previously? 1. Now 1 plus 1. So increment one value by 1. That means already 1 is there, right? Just it will increment by 1. That is nothing but 1 plus 1, 2. Now the I value is 2. Again, control will go to this statement. Okay, condition. It will check the condition. What is the condition here? 2 less than 5. It's a true. Again, control go and execute all this program. And once it will execute, control again it will go to here and increment the value. What is the again I value? 3, right? Earlier it is 2. It will be incremented by 1. That means 3. Control goes to here. Check the condition. Check the condition. 3 less than 5. Condition is true. Again, control goes to here and execute all the statements whatever we have written. Again, it will be go to increment operator, right? Like it will be incremented by 1. Control goes to 5, 4. It will go and it will again true. Again, one more time it will go and execute all the program. Again, increment the value 5. Again 5, 5 by 5 like this. So condition false. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a false, right? If it is a false, control coming out of this loop, for loop. So control go to next loop. So coming out of this for loop, from where from here to here one loop, right? So control come to here outside. So nothing will be printed if it is a false. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Support. Okay, let's see. So output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? In this case. Now quickly run this program. You'll get to know. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why 5 is coming is just equals to operator I'm using. Now see. So 5 less than 5. The condition is false. That is the reason till 4 only it will be printed. If condition is less than or equal to 5, that is nothing but if I use this statement here, I less than or equal to 5, that is nothing but 5 less than or equal to 5. If it is equal also, condition will be true. 5 also printed. Again, control will go here. 6 less than or equal to 5. It will be false statement. So till 5 it will be executed or printed. So in this way, it will work actually. Initialization, condition, and increment and decrement operator we will be used. This is a simple for loop. Similarly, if you want, you can decrement also you can do. Suppose you want to decrement the value. Suppose I'll take this and 0. Then now see. I'm just what I'm going to do here. First initial value is 5 I'm giving. Into I value is 5 now. First initially 5. So condition it will check. 5 less 5 greater than 0. Yes, correct, true. Then control goes to here. I is printing. I is the value is 5. Again, it will decrement the value. That means 5 minus 1, 4. Condition it will check. 4 greater than 0. Then condition is true. Again, it will go and print the 4. Like this till the condition true, it will go and execute all the statements inside this for loop and it will be executed. In this way, we can use simple for loop. So this is a straightforward, okay, simple for loop. It will work like this. Okay, let me go to here. So next topics will go. So for each loop or enhanced loop. Okay, what is this for each loop or enhanced loop? So now we understand simple for loop, right? Now we can try to understand for each or enhanced loop. Suppose if you have any array or collection, if you want to traverse the data, then we can use the for each or enhanced. Okay, let us see that. Okay, so that we'll get to know. For each loop we can say, or enhanced for loop we can say. We can call for each for loop or enhanced for loop also sometimes we can call. So why are we using this? Suppose let me take one example so that you will get to know. Suppose I have int one array, okay, integer array. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, okay, whatever values, okay. I have one integer array. So here I have some number of elements I have in the array, okay, or we can say collection, anything. I mean, either array we can use it or any collection we can use it. So in this example, if I want to traverse this data, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I want to print this data. So in this case, we can use for each or enhanced loop. So how we can use it? First syntax we'll see, we'll understand. So for data type, one variable you can define, and array name or collection name we can say, whatever it is. If you have collection, any collection, you can use it, or array if you use this array name. Okay, this is a syntax block of statements you can write inside here. If this it will go to this array and it will traverse the data and it will print all the data. So you no need to increment or use the increment or decrement operator here. So let me, I mean, same example if I take, I have one array, right? Array name is A. So I have some elements in that array. So just I want to print this array. How I can use, instead of simple for loop, I'll go to for each loop. Okay. So we know the syntax, right? So for, what is the data type here? Integer data type, right? For int, I variable, your wish, anything you can take it. Suppose let me take x, x is my variable. And this is a colons I have used. And array name or collection name. What is array name? A here, right? In this case, A. Now, just print this x variable. So what will happen? So all these statements, right? It will traverse this array. It will go to here and print all this 1 2 3 5 7 for each. See, every time it is going for each. That's the reason we are calling as for each time for loop, like it is going. So 1, after that 2 3 5 9, so until this last element, right? It will go and it will print all the statements. We are not, no need to increment or decrement, because we don't know how many elements are present in this array or collection. So it may have 5 elements, it may have 50 elements, I don't know. That is the reason, until it is presenting till last, it will go automatically and it will print the all the values. So what will happen in this case? Output will get like this. So 1 2 3 5 9, all the elements it will be printed here. Not only integer. Okay, first let's try to understand this. Integer will try to execute and we'll see another type of variables, I mean, like maybe string or other things we'll see. Now let's try to, so sometime before I have executed it, right? I mean, I have explained you. So this is a, let's try to consider this one for time being. See, now I have one array A, 1 3 5 7, my elements. I have taken int AB, your wish. I mean, you can take X, as I said, whatever it is. So just it's up to your wish. X I have, whatever, X colon, fine. Now you can just print the text. Now try to run this program. So what will happen? 1 3 5 7. Let's try to change the values. Suppose I have 90, I have some maybe 6 3 4 4, blah blah things. So now try to understand. Now try to see that all the elements whatever presenting, all automatically for each time it will go and it will print it till last one. See, 707. 7 is the last one, like this. So this is a concept of, we can say, for each loop or enhanced loop. We are saying whenever you have array or collection, then we can use this enhanced loop to handle this, I mean, traverse these elements. Okay. So similarly, it's not only integer data type. It may have string data type. I think already we have written some string data types. If you see my screen, we have some string. Let me take this example. So this we understood. This is a integer. Similarly, I'll take one string. What here I'm taking? I'm just taking some string. See, string. This is a array name, right? Days. This is a days. So I have just taken string variable here. I mean string data type, and variable is d, and I'm just printing day. Days is a array name. So it will traverse Monday, Friday, Tuesday. I have it in that elements, right? Just print it. See, Monday, Friday, Tuesday. So just zigzag it or else add something. Um, Thursday. See, Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, like this. So I hope you understand this enhanced or for each loop. So this is fine. Now let's try to understand where are we? We have observed for loop, right? Simple for loop we have seen. For each loop or enhanced loop. I mean, same for each loop and enhanced loop is the same. I mean, we can call it as enhanced loop or for each loop. Next, nested for loop. We'll see the nested for loop. What is a nested for loop? Nested. It can be nested. It can be nested. That nothing but inside the loop, one more loop may have. Let me try to take one example. Suppose nested loop. Okay. For loop I have. initialization degrees, whatever it is. So inside this for loop, one more for loop I have. It can be nested. For loop can be nested. And we can say in this case, this is a outer loop. This is a inner loop. Okay. Or else, okay, already we have, right? Just let me take any example. Yeah. See, simple. See, this is a outer loop we are calling. Okay. If this condition is matching, one more for loop I am writing into j equal to 1, j equal to 0, something. Whatever it is, logic, whatever it is, you can return. So here what is happening? This is a one for loop. So this is calling as outer loop. So once this condition is true, control is going to here. This is a inside this for loop. One more for loop I am returning. This is a inner loop we are calling. So where we can use this kind of nested loop or inside loops, we can say a nested loop where we can use. We have, suppose let me take one example. If you see here, we have patterns. So different patterns we have: triangle, pyramid, whatever is anything like off triangles and pyramids. If you want to print like that, this kind of patterns, we can use this nested loop. So I don't want to I mean, I can't execute all these patterns. So for time being, one or two, I'll try to see that, execute that, because due to the time constraints, I can't handle all the things, but few things we'll see so that you will get one idea how we can use the nested for loops and how it will be useful for us. Okay. Now let's try to go here, nested for loops. So what I'm going to do here is just let me. Okay, so this is also, I'll just written it so that you will get understand more instead of showing old ones. You may not be understand. So let me try to simplify this for writing one program so that it will be easy. For I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, then I plus plus let me take. Okay, if I write like this, what will happen? What is happening? I is missing here. Fine. So if I write like this, what will happen? We know that it will go and print these values, right? I mean, if it is a control, this condition is matching because I equal to 1, 1 less than or equal to 5. That means condition is true. Then inside this for loop, one more for loop I'll return. So that control goes to this one, right? Suppose for int j equal to 1. Okay. J less than or equal to 5. Let's see. Then j plus plus. So one more for loop I have written inside this. So similarly, just open this parenthesis and close this. Okay, now. So what is happening? This condition is true. Then control goes to this here actually. Again, it will check this based on these conditions, it will go. So now if I try to run it, what will happen? Nothing will happen because I'm not printing anything. I don't know where control is going. Correct. So because I mean nothing I have written, right? So what we can do is we'll try to print something here. Suppose I'll just try to print the J here. Okay. Sys out. It got stuck or what? Sys out. Fine. Just print the J here. What will happen? We'll see. So J value, like this, it is going and it is printing. Now let me give some space here to understand what is happening. Or else both can I run it? J value, okay, fine. Let's see. So I'm just splitting step by step. I'm showing. I don't want to show all the things at a time. So that is the reason. Just I want to make sure how it will print. It will just show that. Okay. Now, okay. Instead of this, let's see. This printing. Okay, fine. How it is printing. Let me try to J. What will happen? So just whatever I have written, right? Just I'm trying to execute it here. See, now I understood what is happening here. See, now int I equal to 1. Okay, I less than or equal to 5, 5, right? What will happen? The control goes to here. Okay, once control goes to here, we are printing J here. J, okay, I'll try to explain this so that it will be more clarity. We'll get more clarity here. See, now, instead of this, is there any way to get it this into the paint? Mhm. Now let's see what happens. We'll try to understand what is happening here. Now, if you see here, int I equal to 0, I less than 5. What is I less than I value? I less than or equal to 5. Then I plus plus, right? Yeah. Now this condition is true. If this condition is true, control going to next for loop. Okay. J equal to 1. So 1 less than or equal to 5. Again, J equal to 1 less than or equal to 5. Then this statement is true. Then control is going to here. J it is printing. What is the J value here? 1 it is printing. And next, inside this only what is happening? Again, J will be increased 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Okay. 2 less than or equal to 5. This condition is true. Then control will go and print that J value. J value is what? 2. Again, control will increase this J value. 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. So again, this will also true. Then control goes to here. J is printing. What is the J value? 3. Again, control will go to, increase this value, J value. J less than or 4 less than or equal to 5. Then it will print the control goes to here, right? It is a true. Then control goes to here. So 4. Again, like this. 5 less than or equal to 5. This condition is true. Again, control goes to here. J is printing. J value is 5. See, first row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is printing like this. Till this, it's clear. Now, I want to give the gap. Why? Second row it is printing. If I give like this, if you see my screen, I'm just taking this out. Control X. Now just try to print it. How, what is happening? Second line you need to understand. That is the reason I'm just printing like that. See, all these things it is going. I don't want to do like that. So whatever J value, all these things, right? First one cycle it should be completed. That is the reason I'm just printing one print line. That means after one this J loop, I'm just splitting into another row or second, we can say second row. So like this, I'm just giving gap. So let me go to here. So now we'll try to understand here what is happening. First, it will go and print the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So J is till 5 less than or equal to 5, true. Then again, J will be increased to 6 less than or equal to 5. This statement is false. Then control not going to this statement, this J statement. Okay, it's not printing. Again, control will come to here, right? Again, after this J completion, control will go to here. Just it is printing one line. Okay, just next line it will come. Fine. Next coming to the this loop again. What is the outer loop it is will do? What's the previous value? One is less than or equal to 5, right? Now 2, it will be incremented, right? It will be incremented. Control goes to here. So 2 less than or equal to 5. The 2 less than or equal to 5. Then it is a pass. That means true. If it is a true, then control goes to jth. Inner loop. Inner loop, what is happening? J equals to 1, right? Again, same thing. J equal to 1 means all these statements like 1 to 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will print it. Once it is printed, control goes to here again, I plus plus. That means outer loop. Outer loop means first loop, 3 less than 5. Again, control will come to jth loop, an inner loop. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear. Now, finally, outer loop. It will be sixth, suppose sixth time. Sixth less than or equal to 5. This statement is false. Then control is not going to the inner loop. Control will come to the completely outside of this. It will be completed. The outer loop is also stopped actually. It won't go to. Like this, it will be printed. Now let's see, try to understand print. Print patterns I am saying, right? How we can see the patterns. So we understood how it will work, right? How what is happening here. Now, same way we can try to print it. What will happen? See, Control Z. Just enable this code. I'll explain you what is happening, but to see that first, execute and see that how it is printing, so that we'll try to understand. Okay, this is also, see, simply I equal to 1 j. Okay, here I'm just not returning anything. Instead of this, what I want to show you is, this is also similar code which we have seen here. If you observe, instead of jth, okay, j value, I'm just using I value. Okay, let's see, let's try to understand here. See how it is printing, 1 2 1 2 3, this pattern it is printing. Why? Because, okay, we'll try to understand here. Okay, what is happening here is, first I value 1, 1 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. So control goes to here, jth value. Okay, j less than or equal, j equal to 1, right? 1. Okay, j value 1, 1 less than or equal to I. What is I value? J less than or equal to I am saying. What is I value? 1, 1 less than 1. Correct. So it is printing j value, it is going and printing 1 here. Again, j value it is increasing. So j value now is 2, 2 less than or equal to I. I value is still 1, right? So this is a false. Then control goes to here, println. Second page it is going. I mean, second, just it will print one line. Okay, next line. What is happening? It will go to I value, it is increasing. 1 plus 1, 2. Now I value is 2. 2 value is 5. This is a true. That is the reason control goes to the inner loop, jth column. Jth column, what is happening? The j for loop or inner loop, we can say. In inner loop is what is? Same, one only. J equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to I. What is the I value here? 2, right? It got increased. 2. Okay, this is fine. This is a true. That is the reason 1 it is printing. Again, J value is increased. 2 less than or equal to 2. True. That is the reason 2 it is printing. Again, J value increased. 3. 3 less than or equal to 2. I mean, I value is 2, right? J value is 3 less than or equal to 2. I value is 2. This false. That is the reason control, I mean, going to the, it will print the next line. Again, outer loop it is increasing like this. Like this, 1, 2, 3, next time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this, it is printing. Similar way, you can play around this one so that you can execute all the patterns by using this one. Suppose this is a one pattern where I'm saying, right? So another one we can see. Simply just I have just written small modifications here so that now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is happening? What is the difference between here and here? See, now I am decrementing the I value so that first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So you can, I mean, however I have explained the logic, you can just pause the video and try to play around that. You'll get to know all the patterns of pyramids and everything. You can try to use this. Okay. This is about the nested loop. Okay. Fine. I hope you understand the nested loop. And the next one is for loop. For loop only labeled loop, right? Labels we can use it. Now, as of now, we have seen for loops. Simple for loop we have seen. For each loop or enhanced, we can say this we have seen. Nested loop we have seen. Label for loop. Label for loop means labels we can use in the for loop. Okay. Label is nothing but, okay, let me try to explain you here. Let me go to, okay. So why are we using first of all labels? We can, if you have more than one loop, okay. If you want to break the one loop after some condition when we reach, that is nothing but, suppose I'll take one example. Let us consider I have two variables, okay. I'm just taking two variables here. So for loop, let me take one example, I less than or equal to 4, I less than 4, I plus plus I have, and inside this I have one more loop. Int j equal to 0, j less than 4, j plus plus. Okay, I have one more loop. Okay, so I have some logic. Okay, I have some written statements. Suppose um, some, let me take some value, sum equal to, I'll consider initialize into sum is a one variable. I'm just taking I plus j, whatever I have I and j values, I'm just adding and addition and adding into, placing into the sum variable. This is fine. Now if any condition happens, if I'm just checking one condition, if condition is matching, then break this entire outer loop. I mean, this we are calling as a outer loop and this we are calling as a inner loop, right? So if any condition matching in the inner loop, I want to break the complete for loop, not only this inner loop. If its condition is matching, complete outer loop, I want to break and control comes to out of this for loop. So in that case, we can use the labels actually. How we can use the labels? So here actually before this for loop, right? Before for loop, you can use like this. Suppose outer. This is a one label. Anything, I mean, label name, it can be anything. Just inner is a one label. If anything matching here, suppose condition I am saying, let us assume one condition I am writing. If sum equal to 3, let us assume. If the sum is equal to 3, just break. What do you want to break? Which label, I mean, which loop you want to break. That is the reason labels we are using, right? Simply by using this label name. Suppose outer, I want to break it. Just break it. Break. You can write outer. That label name you can give. That's it. Automatically, this condition is false. The control break the complete that whatever you have used, right? I mean that label. So that complete for loop, it will break and control come out of the loop. Let's try to see this program so that you will get to understand. See here what I'm returning here. Now see, let me go to here. Just is like this. Okay, what happened here? Outer loop. Okay, till this, what is happening? Now see, I have taken int ij, I equal to 0. Okay, this is a outer loop I'm saying. This is a inner loop I'm saying. Inner loop. Okay, let's try to run it. Here what is happening here is, see, so both it is printing, okay. I value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all things. Okay, so now I'm not using any normally, I mean, I'm not breaking anything. If I simply write it, what is the value of sum I plus j, it is going and summing, and that variable just simply I am returning here. First sum equal to 0, sum equal to 1, sum equal like that, it will print, right? So if I want to match any condition, if I want to break the loop, then we can use this labels. So here in this case, this is a normal, I mean normal way why how we can write it. So in the similar way, what I am writing here, let's see here, control. Okay, now this is I'm just enabling. See, only the difference is I'm using some labels here. Outer is one label, inner is one label. What I'm going to do here, just I'm named this loop as a outer. This I'm named this loop as a inner. Your wish, I mean, any name you can give it. Okay. Simply, if any condition matches, suppose if sum equal to 2, then break that. Which one I want to break it? Outer loop. That is nothing but whatever label you have given, right? If you give that name, automatically that once sum equal to 2, that's it. Nothing will be executed. After that, it will break that loop also. Now try to execute this program. We'll get to. See, if sum equal to 2, then that's it. Outer break also, I mean, this also, outer loop also it is breaking. It won't go. Suppose your wish, like you can play around this, suppose 5. Or your wish, like based on that condition, you can break it. See, after some value, 5, you can break it like this. So you can play this so that we'll get more understanding. See, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay. So if any condition is matches, till that condition matches, it will go. I mean, it will print based on the condition or logic. Once that condition is matching, then we can break whatever you want to break it. So it is useful if you want to break any loop. Okay, if we have multiple loops, inner loops or for loops, we can say. So if you want to break like this based on condition, outer loop, then you can use this nested, sorry, label loop. So we are saying these are the labels. Okay, label loops. Okay, let me just disable this. Now we have understood all the for loops. So we have seen simple for loop, for each or enhanced loop, nested for loops, and label for loops. Next one is while loop. So what is a while loop? We'll see. while loop. What is a while loop? Why are we, I mean, how we are using, when are we using for loops? When are we using while loops? When are we using do while loops? So we'll see the end of this after seeing all these things. First, try to understand what is a while loops. While loops, actually, this is also, if you want to, I mean, like looping only, this is also looping statement only. It is used to iterate the number of statements multiple times. If we don't know the number of iterations, I mean, you don't know how many number of times I need to repeat my code. In that case, we can go to the while loop. However, we'll understand. I mean, as I said, we'll see when are we going to use it. Just try to understand how it works first. Let's see later. Let me take while loop. Okay, while the syntax is while condition. This is a condition and block of statements you can return. So if its condition is matching, control goes to here, and all these statements will be executed. So let me try take one example. Int n equal to 1. Okay, just while loop I'm just writing here one condition. Suppose n5. Okay, what will happen if it is just I'll print the n. If I print n, I'm just what will happen here. So n equal to 1 initially. Fine. So 1 less than 1 less than 5. This condition is true. Control goes to here. Printing n, right? N it is printing. N is printing means first n is 1, right? 1 it is printing. Clear. Next it will be incremented. So again it will go and it will check that 2 less than 5. Condition is true. Again it will print 2. I mean, n means nothing but now n value is 2, right? 2 it will print. Again, increment the value. 3 less than 5. It will go and condition check that its condition is true. Then it will print 3. Again, 4 less than 5. 4 it will print. 5 less than 5. It is false. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the output. Like this, it will be executed. So let's quickly try to execute this. It's a simple one. While. So we'll see this. Now you can see this while loop. Just try to execute this program. It will return 0. No, sorry, we have taken 1. If you're taking n is equal to 0, from 0 it will print. So n is equal to 1, 1 to 4. So your wish, I mean, logic, it should be based on your condition. Suppose n equal to 5. So till it 5, it will print it. Similarly, if you want like print reverse, like you can just decrement the value and conditions you can change based on that, it should work. Now, what is a do while loop? Okay, do while loop, we'll see. I mean, what's the difference between do and while loop? So while loop, we understood this way it will work. So what about the do while loop? So similarly, okay, okay, let me go to another page. We know that while how it works, while condition and block of statements. So based on this condition, it will go and see. How, I mean, what is the syntax of do while loop? First, it do, we can write it keyword. Once a block of statements, first statement will be executed first, and then while. Okay, do while we are saying do, we can write it first, and block of statements, I mean, control goes to here, block of statements will be executed, and while condition like while. Now we can check the condition. Okay, what is happening here is while condition, if condition is true, if this is true, then only control will go to the while, while block of statements, we can say, or simply we can say this block. Okay, if it's condition true, then only control will go and execute this block of statements. But in the do while, first control will go to the do. Okay, here whatever the statements it will be, first time it will be executed. One time it will be executed in the do, whatever you have written. Once this is done, it will go and check the condition. Then condition is true, then only it will be repeated. If condition is false, then it will be there. So only the difference is while condition, if condition true, then only all statements will be executed. If for do while, one time it will be executed, all statements. After that, condition will be checked. If this condition is true, then again it will repeat. If not, it will be it won't execute it. So let me take one example. So that similar example, if I consider if n equal to 1, how it will be do. It will go to n. Okay, for just I'm printing n. After that, okay, just I'll increment the value. So here I'm checking the condition. While what is my condition? Suppose n less than 5. What will happen in this case? N equal to 1. So control goes to here. Just first it will print 1. Okay, then increment the value. What is the increment value? Okay, okay. Fine. Now control goes to here, right? Yeah, it is printing 1. Now what will happen here? It will check the condition next time, not the, okay, suppose 1 it is printed. After that it is checking 1 less than or equal to 5, like this. 1 less than 5, 5, right? 1 it will be printed. Now next 2 it will be done. If it is a 2, then it will be printed 2. I mean, if it is a 2 less than 5, it will be printed. If it is 3, like this. So at least once it will go. Suppose make this statement as okay. First, let's try to understand positive. I mean, we'll see that, I mean, differences. So now the while we have understood, it's just pretty straightforward. If while condition is true, then only that block of statements will be executed. This is straightforward. Do while how it works, we'll see now. Just similar example if we consider, just do while how it works. See. So here what is happening, we'll see. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fine. What is the difference then? So if I make this one as 6, see what is happening? 6 is printing. That nothing but this condition is true. True, I mean to say that 6 less than or equal to less than 5. That is condition false. Even though it is printing. Why? Because before checking the condition, whatever it is, just directly control go to the do first. I mean, in the inside the do first, whatever it is, it's just directly printing. It is not checking the condition first. First it will control goes to here, and what is the print in value? 6. Directly it is printing. After that it is going and checking whether 6 less than 5, is it true? It is false, right? That is the reason it is not going. Suppose if it is a true, again it will go control and it will print the statements, or it will execute the block of statements whatever available in the inside this. So this is the difference. So irrespective of condition, one time it will go and one time it will execute all the statements whatever you have in the do. Okay, this is a main difference in the while loop and do while loop. So while loop, what is happening? First check the loop. First it will test the condition. Okay, if condition is true, then only statement will be executed. In the do while loop, first time statement will be executed. After that, it will check the condition. Based on the condition, it will act. So if you want to execute one statement at least once before checking the condition, in that case, we can use the do while loop. Okay. So now try to understand, when are we using for loop? When are we using while loop? When are we using do while loop? Now try to understand here. Okay, let me go to take one. Okay. Now, as I said, we have uh, looping statements. What and all we have? For loops we have. While loop we have. Do while loop we have, right? Okay, for loop. When are we using for loop? So if you know the starting condition, starting and ending points, what is the starting and ending point? I mean to say start and ending points. Nothing but I know starting point, like int I equal to 1. From where I have to start it? From 1 or from 2, from 3. I know the starting and frame where I need to end it. Suppose till 10 I have to execute, or 10, 15 I have to execute, or which number, like starting and ending points if you know, then we can use the for loop. Okay. But if I don't know the starting point or ending point, that is nothing but, let's take any example, reading the file. Okay, while read, if I want to read the file, suppose I have one file, I want to read the file. In that case, I don't know how many characters in that file, right? How many file? I don't know. I mean, whether, I mean, 1,000 characters, 1 lakh characters in that file, I don't know. In that case, you can better, you can use the while loop. Okay, if you know, if you don't know how many times, I mean, if you don't know how many times you need to execute or iterations, then you can use the while loop. And similarly, I mean, for in this case only, while and do loop will come into the picture. Do while loop, when it will come into the picture, same way, if you don't know the number of iterations and starting and ending points, we can use a while or do while. But one time you need to execute block of statements before checking the condition. Then you can use the do while loop. That is a difference between while and do while. So we understood all the things, right? For loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay. So fine. All this fine. And do while loop, one more thing actually, if even condition is false, okay. Suppose condition is false. Even though if you want to loop at least once, then we can use the do while loop. So this is about the complete looping statements for loop, while loop, do while loop. And we'll go to the jump statements. We have break and continue statements. So we'll see how it works. Okay, jump statements we'll see. So quickly we'll try to see this also so that we can cover all the control statements. So let me go to here and let's try to understand what is a break and continue here so that we'll see this. Suppose, let me take any example. Actually, it is a just control of the program. Suppose you have number of lines, right? So break and continue. That is nothing but if I use the break, so it should be break, right? I mean, this it should be break. Then it from after breaking, where control has to go, or continue. If I use how control will go, like we are just instructing that we are controlling the program, the specific statements like how, where. So we'll see that. I mean, we'll see what is the exact difference between break and continue, so that you'll get to know more idea. So as we are aware of that, sometime before we have seen, if and I'll take one example. Let me take this example. What I'm just returning initializing one way I value, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. So just simply I'll write return. What is the output? As we are aware of that, it will start with fun, it will, I mean, increment and initialize, I mean, check the condition, and if it is condition is true, control goes to here, and again it will print the I value like this. So 1, 2, 3, blah, blah things, and till 5 it will be printed, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the output. We know this. Okay, now the same example, how I have written is, so same example, okay, let me write it again so that it will be clear. I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, okay, fine. If any condition I take, if I equal to 7, okay, continue. Just I'll write one continue statement here, we'll see what will happen. Okay, I value, I'm just printing. Okay. What is the difference? I mean, this program, we know that already. It's just straightforward. It is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this program, what I'm returning is, if this condition is true, control goes to here, right? If statement. Okay. Here, control goes to inside this buffer loop. So I equal to 7. If it is I equal to 7, so I have taken 5, right? Okay. Let me take I equal to 2. So if I take I equal to 2, what will happen? I values, whatever I'm returning here. See, I equal to 1 initially. Okay, fine. If I equal to 1, it will go and execute all the program. If I equal to 2, so I'm skipping, continuing. That means I don't want to printing this I value. Okay, instead of this, I'll try to execute it so that you'll get to know what is happening. So that I'll explain again. You'll get more idea. Okay, so let me take. So I'm just returning before only because I don't want to spend more time here. See, I equal to I less than or equal to 10. I value is 1 to 10, it is printing. This is a straightforward. So now the same program, what I'm going to return here is, well, if I use continue statement, what is happening? We'll try to understand here. See, value is 1, it is printing. Value is 2 printing. But I equal to 7. 7 it is not printing. Why? Because if it is a 7, okay, if it is I equal to 7, continue I am using. That continue is nothing but skip this iteration. If it is I equal to 7, it will skip that iteration. I mean, skip that value, we can say.
skip that condition in the sense it will skip that iteration, we can say that iteration alone, that means only that iteration it will skip it and continue again. If it is I equal to 7, that nothing but it is not printing, again control going, and I value is incrementing 8, then again 8 9 10 value it is printing, see. So only seventh is not printing. That is nothing but that is skipping that particular iteration. Suppose, let's see, let me make it I equal to 4. Let's see what will happen in this case. If I equal to 4, I won't be printed because see now, see why value is 4, is it printed? No. Why? Because if it I equal to 4, what I'm doing is just I'm continuing. If this is happening, if this condition is true, just skip that iteration. That means whatever in this condition, you can just skip it. You no need to print it again. I mean, again loop will be continued. If you want to skip the particular iteration, we'll go to the continue. Okay, what is a break here? So let me take the same example. If see how I am returning, if you observe here, uh, just same way like one for loop I have. Just if it's condition true, control goes to here inside if statement. If it is condition is matching, then break. What is a break? How it will break means complete loop it will be break. If you see my screen, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, see, actually it's supposed to be print 1 to 10, right? But after condition matches or condition is true, break I am using. If I use the break continuous, I mean completely, control gets stopped, I mean control gets come out of that loop. It is after that it's not printing. Suppose let's change anything, like if you take this 6 or 7, we can say. So till 7 it should continue. After 7 condition is true, then it is completely stopping that loop. Okay, breaking that loop, we can say. So the difference between continue and break: continue means if you want to skip the particular iteration, we can go ahead and use the continue. If you want to break that, like I mean inside the loops, I mean okay, if you're using that loop, so if you use the break, so completely it will break that, but complete loop actually, not only that particular iteration, complete loop it will be stopped. Okay, it will be break. This is about the uh, jumping statements, control and break. I hope you understand this. So we have seen all the decision making statements, loop statements and jump statements. Thank you all.